I read the manual forwards, I followed every rule, tried to stay the perfect student in the perfect corporate school. I colored in the lines, I never made a mess, believing that perfection was the road to success. But the masterpiece they showed me looked empty and it looked cold. A story without passion, a heart that wouldn't hold. So I took a wrench and threw it right into the machine, deciding messy chaos is the purest life I've seen. I'm tearing up the contract, breaking the decree, because the greatest success is finally being me. This is my blueprint for failure, and I'm hanging it high. The glorious catastrophe beneath the open sky. Every wrong turn, every mistake is a beautiful design. This flawed trajectory is finally all mine. I'm celebrating the mistakes that they said I shouldn't make, because without the breaking, the foundation wouldn't shake. They said that risks were deadly, that I should just conform, shelter in the harbor, safe inside the storm. But safety is a poison when you yearn to feel the sting of living for the moment, letting the wildness sing. I'm stepping off the edge without a safety net below, giving up the control just to see how far I can go. I'm not trying to win the game, I'm just changing the rules. I'm breaking all the instruments and dropping out of the schools. The only lesson that matters is the one I teach myself, putting freedom and my spirit above all the accumulated wealth. This is my blueprint for you, and I'm hanging it high. The glorious catastrophe beneath the open sky. Every wrong turn, every mistake is a beautiful design. This flawed trajectory is finally all mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. The forecast called for rain, but I brought my own sun, leaving all the heavy lifting for the work that's done. The sidewalk is my canvas, the skyscraper's my view. Tired of the waiting, I'm breaking through the blue. They told me stay organized, don't make a scene, but life is too short to keep your heart so clean. Oh, I'm trading in the worry for a reckless kind of faith, tearing up the to-do list, escaping this quiet wraith. I'm grabbing all the glitter, all the things they said were trash, ready to throw a party that goes off in a flash. It's concrete confetti raining down tonight, turning up the volume till the darkness feels like light. We're dancing in the crosswalk, ignoring all the laws, celebrating freedom without a single cause. Forget the perfect time, and this moment is enough. The city is a ballroom, and we're calling all the bluff. The soups are rushing past me, tied up in the leash, chasing every deadline for a temporary release. But my currency is laughter, my fortune is the sound of happiness unscripted, scattered on the ground. I see 100 faces and everyone's a star when you stop pretending to be what you think you are. The saying my goodbye to the infinite light. Every notification pulls me back into the fray, stealing all the daylight from the middle of the day. I'm tired of being online, tired of the ghosting light, trapped inside the glow of this perpetual night. I'm throwing out the charger, ignoring the screen burn. The only lesson I can learn is a lesson I can't unlearn. Gotta feel the silence, gotta hear the sound of air before the digital chaos makes me stop caring. It's a digital death wish, a beautiful unplug, pulling out the cables from the carpet of the rug. I'm walking toward the static, where the signal starts to break. For the sake of my soul, for the promises I made, let the icons shatter, let the data all decay. I'm starting my existence from the very first day. I see the world in highs, but I feel it in lo-fi. The difference is the space between the lens and the eye. We confuse information for intimacy and truth, wasting all the golden moments of our fleeting youth. I'm deleting the history, resetting the clock to zero, choosing to be the villain instead of the perfect hero. I need the messy texture of a moment on the fly, not a compressed memory saved up in the sky. Just 1 hour without a name, a beautiful free fall. It's a digital death wish, a beautiful unplug, pulling out the cables from the carpet of the rug. Carpet of the rug. Carpet of the rug. Carpet of the rug. Build a world with walls of glass reflecting every mood, a perfect echo chamber misunderstood. The feedback loop was comforting, a whisper of my name, until I realized it was just a self-made game. I was safe inside the silence, but my heart began to rust, turning every genuine feeling into digital dust. I finally found the hammer, felt the tremor in my hand, ready to shatter everything I couldn't understand. It's an echo chamber breakdown, watch the walls come down. There's no running, there's no hiding in this wide open town. Let the raw truth hit me, let the noise crash through. I'm trading comfortable quiet for something sharp and new. Gonna feel the friction, gonna learn how to fight, stepping out of the shadow and into the real light. I used to fear the contrast, the difference in the tone, believe that solitude meant being truly alone. But loneliness is manufactured when you screen the world away, filtering out the beautiful darkness of the day. I'm tired of the smooth edges, the lack of depth and grit. I need the messy reality that I'm finally forced to admit. I found the frequency outside, it's chaotic and it's loud, screen flashed red, the browser shut down cold. Lost in a sea of data that couldn't be controlled. Every link was broken, every server crashed and burned. The lessons of connectivity finally unlearned. I thought the system failed me, thought I was truly lost, paying for the download with a heavy human cost. I threw the laptop closed, walked out into the air, found you on the park bench without a single care. You weren't searchable, you weren't an application, you were a beautiful instance of pure correlation. It said error 404, but that's where I found you. A perfect deviation from everything I thought was true. You're not a save file, you're not a memory in the cloud. You're the sudden quiet music playing way too loud. I'm abandoning the network for this unexpected grace. The sweetest form of failure is finding your face. I spend my time optimizing, searching for the perfect match. A flawless string of coding without a single scratch. But algorithms are boring, they only know the past. They can't predict the moment where the good feelings last. You're the missing variable, the key I didn't see, the wild unformatted factor that finally set me free. I don't need a map now, I don't need a guide. I'm letting go of logic with nothing left to hide. This perfect malfunction is the best bug I have known. It said error 404, but that's where I found you. A perfect deviation from everything I thought was true. It said error 404. The algorithm knows me better than I know myself, predicting every purchase sitting on the shelf. It feeds me back the versions of the past I wanna see, a flawless simulation of who I used to be. Every scroll is scripted, every choice is pre-approved, a million tailored outcomes, precisely grooved. But sometimes in the dead air, a flicker breaks the code, a tiny unpredicted path that points toward the road. That's the spark of rebellion, the feeling I can't ignore, the hunger for a life that I haven't seen before. I'm being haunted by the ghost of the algorithm, trying to escape the track of its hypnotic rhythm. It knows my weak points, it knows my every need, but I'm planting something messy, planting a contrary seed. I'm cutting the Wi-Fi, tearing down the satellite dish, giving up the perfect life for this chaotic wish. I used to think that comfort meant eliminating surprise, but now I crave the moment when the system finally dies. I'm leaving the suggested playlist, walking out of the theme, rejecting the projection of their ignoring all the data that dictates the silent lies. The screen went dark for just a second, and I saw my own face, realizing the only power isn't finding my own pace. I'm deleting all the cookies, purging every trace, to find this single moment in an unmonitored space. I'm being hunted by the ghost of the algorithm, trying to escape the track of its hypnotic rhythm. Late night, neon on your face, heartbeat running like a race. You pull me closer in the haze, I'm losing track of time and place. We move like we're electric sparks, two shadows tangled in the dark. No turning back, we've gone too far. We're burning brighter than the stars. You set my heart on fire, taking me higher. Every touch is like a flame on my skin. Baby, I feel the lightning. Your love is striking. Don't let it fade. Let the fire begin. Your hands are drawing every line, tracing the secrets in my mind. I'm falling deep, but it feels right. I think about you all the time. Your smile's like a spark to gasoline, the hottest love I've ever seen. You're everything in every dream. You make me feel so free. You set my heart on fire, taking me higher. Every touch is like a flame on my skin. Baby, I feel the lightning. Your love is striking. Don't let it fade. Let the fire begin. Let's lose control tonight. We'll glow like city lights. Let's lose control tonight. We'll glow like city lights. We met on a Tuesday under heavy skies, trading paper plane promises with hopeful eyes. You wrote forever on the folded clean white page. I believed it was enough to break out of the cage. We launched them from the hillside, watched them spiral down. Two tiny aspirations floating over the town. Now the wind is colder and the page is getting thin. I keep rereading the words where the magic could begin. I just need one whisper to bring me back to shore. Tell me the trajectory is right. Tell me once more, are those paper plane promises still flying out there? Did they find their destination on the distant silent air? I'm waiting by the radio for the signal to ignite, hoping that my future still holds you in its light. 'Cause I never learned to we had begun. I traced the creases softly where your signature was drawn, the proof that something beautiful lived past the coming dawn. I know the physics changed, the world moved in its spin, but the truth of what we meant is where I always begin. I'm not asking for a fairy tale, just a simple reply, a recognition that the journey wasn't just a lie. One folded piece of paper is heavier than steel, when the hope it carries is the only thing that's real. Are those paper plane promises still flying out there? Did they find their destination on the distant, silent air? You showed up on a quiet night, city lights were shining bright. You said you weren't the falling type, but you fell into my eyes. We're laughing in the midnight air, pretending we don't feel the fear of getting used to someone's care, but you're already halfway here. And I don't wanna rush it, but I don't wanna lose it. So stay until the sunrise, don't let this moment fade away. Hold me like it's our time, even if you leave someday. Tonight is all we have, let's forget the reasons why. Just stay until the sunrise. We talk about the things we hide, dreams we bury, tears we dried. You look at me like I'm the light, like I'm something you could try. You're quiet but your heartbeat speaks, it's telling me the love you seek. Maybe we're not so incomplete, maybe this is meant to be. If morning rain comes falling down, promise you won't turn around. Just let me be your shelter now. Stay with me, stay with me. Stay until the sunrise, don't let this moment fade away. Hold me like it's our time, even if you leave someday. Tonight is all we have, let's forget the reasons why. Just stay until the sunrise. We met outside the cafe, where the signal was too weak. The only way to connect was the words we had to speak. No emoji shortcuts, no filters on the face, just the simple, honest beauty of the moment and the space. We traded hurried glances instead of hurried text, discovering the distance between us was what came next. I like the awkward silence, the fumbling for a phrase, the beautiful uncertainty of these imperfect days. I'm stepping out of the Wi-Fi range and into the sun. the true connection is the one that's just begun. Let's make an analog handshake, a promise written slow, a feeling we can hold on to and watch it finally grow. No quick delete button, no chance to backtrack and change. Just two people meeting outside the network's range. I'm trading gigabytes of hype for 1 minute of real sound. The strongest kind of signal is when your feet are on the ground. The world tries to speed us up, rush us to the end, but the best stories happen when you finally hit send. On a real letter, I'm tired of the compressed files, the low resolution view. I want the full texture, the original of you. Let the clock run slow tonight, let the battery drain out. I wanna live outside the margins without a single doubt. It's a beautiful resistance to the speed of modern life, finding the true frequency away from all the digital strife. Just the sound of our breathing and the rhythm of the beat. Let's make an analog handshake, a promise written slow, a feeling we can hold on to and watch it finally grow. The city's asleep, but my screen is a map, searching for the secret hidden in the gap. The streetlights bleed blue, mirror in the haze, lost in the puzzle of these digital days. I sent a message out, encrypted and unseen, a challenge to the algorithm, a break in the machine. I don't need a signal, I don't need a high-speed line. I just need the answer to this feeling that is mine. The clock is ticking backwards to a year that felt so pure, before we lock the feelings behind every firewall and door. I'm cracking the blue hour code, breaking through the static, finding human chemistry that's far from automatic. This moment is the decryption, the key to the release, trading perfect fiction for a complicated piece. If I can find the back door, I can finally get through to the real connection that was always meant for you. Every prediction failed, every model proved untrue, because a real emotion is something they can't do. They can copy all the movements, duplicate the tone, but they can't manufacture the feeling of being known. I'm logging out of certainty, entering the unknown, leaving the echo chamber to walk the path alone. The blue light is fading, the network's going dark, but that's where the adventure leaves its permanent mark. I'm trusting the silence more than the notification sound. I'm cracking the blue hour code, breaking through the static, finding human chemistry that's far from automatic. This moment is the decryption, the key to the release, trading perfect fiction for a complicated piece. They said the code was flawless, the system couldn't break, a seamless, endless loop for humanity's sake. But I heard a tiny stutter in the middle of the beat, a perfect kind of error, both dangerous and sweet. I'm amplifying the feedback, embracing the noise, rejecting all the promises of simple, easy joys. I'm a disruption, a tremor in the mainline flow, the wrong instruction makes the whole network slow. I'm the static in the broadcast, the skip in the clean track. There's no put in the perfect silence back. I'm the glitch in the system, I'm the beautiful mistake. The moment the machinery finally starts to shake, I'm turning the frequency up until the speakers blow the one wrong number that makes the real light show. They can patch it, they can fix it, but the damage is complete, because the sound of freedom is the loudest on the street. I'm taking back the output, corrupting the input stream, turning the flawless narrative into a messy, vibrant dream. I don't fit the parameters, I don't follow the design. My own chaotic logic is the only thing that's mine. Every pixel's trembling, the structure starts to yield. The truth of the human spirit finally This isn't a virus, this is a conscious art, the necessary breakdown to heal a broken heart. Let the world crash around us, we'll rebuild it from the sound. I'm the glitch in the system, I'm the beautiful mistake. The moment the machinery finally starts to shake, I used to measure mornings by the weight upon my chest, believing that the low tide was my only way to rest. Stuck in the atmosphere of can't and should have been, a perfect I used to measure mornings by the weight upon my chest, believing that the low tide was my only way to rest. Stuck in the atmosphere of can't and should have been, a perfect prisoner inside my own skin. I watched the other rockets soaring past the clouds, lost in the silent promise of a million crowded shrouds. But the silence finally broke, the engine started loud. I shed the heavy ballast, escaping from the crowd. I ripped the anchor out of the familiar sand, found the key to unlock the lock I was holding in my hand. I flipped the gravity switch, now nothing can pull me down. I'm higher than the tension in this complicated town. I'm writing my own physics, defying every rule. This power surge is kicking, I'm never running cool. Goodbye to the ceiling, hello to the unknown blue. I'm breaking orbit, running fast and running straight to you. They tried to give me formulas for how the fall would hurt. Said that being grounded was the only self-worth. But the air up here is cleaner, the view is sharp and clear. There's no room for hesitation, and there's definitely no fear. I left the satellite dishes pointing at the ground and tuned into the music where the future can be found. Don't wait for permission, don't ask for a sign. The momentum is yours, the destiny is mine. When the pressure starts to mount, you just push it all away. Step outside the module and breathe in a new day. I flip the gravity switch, now nothing can pull me down. I'm higher than the tension in this complicated town. I'm writing my own physics, defying every rule. This power surge is kicking, I'm never running cool. You looked at me through glass and told me what to be. A pre-programmed character living out a destiny. You handed me the script and said don't change a word. The perfect flawless version that you thought should be heard. But the spotlight's getting hot and the veneer is wearing thin. I can feel the static of the real me from within. The curtain's coming down on this manufactured show. I'm tearing off the costume and letting the true colors glow. I'm throwing back the lines that you told me to repeat. My own unedited voice is the sound of my defeat, of your control. I was the hologram hero, a shadow in the light, but I'm stepping into focus and claiming back my fight. The pixels are dissolving, the projection's falling apart. I'm trading the perfect image for genuine heart. I don't need the special effects, I don't need the final cut. This raw unfiltered power is the only thing that's what. You try to freeze the moment, save the flawless frame, but life is in the movement, embracing all the shame. I'm done with the facade, the careful measured pace. The greatest kind of glory is accepting my own space. I'm not here to entertain, I'm here to finally live, taking all the credit for the power I can give. Watch me break the fourth wall, step outside the design. The only storyline that matters is the one that's truly mine. This is the real applause, the sound of my own soul. I was the hologram hero, a shadow in the light, but I'm stepping into focus and claiming back my fight. Put our phones on airplane mode and toss them in the glove. A simple act of silence, a quiet kind of love. The static on the radio was the only sound we knew. Driving down the highways under skies of charcoal blue. No push notifications, no updates to be read, just the humming of the engine and the words we left unsaid. I watched the city lights fade out behind us in the mist, and felt a perfect peace I haven't known since we kissed. We're unplugging from the frenzy, returning to the start, listening into the rhythm of a beating simple heart. This is the last night keep spinning while this candle slowly burns. We found a dusty vinyl, let the needle finally drop. The crackle and the warmth, a time we couldn't stop. The sound of human error, the imperfect honest pitch, a welcome relief from the perfect digital glitch. We built a memory out of silence and a single beam of light, a beautiful resistance to the ever-present night. I don't know what tomorrow holds when the Wi-Fi turns back on, but for this single moment all the future is withdrawn. We're saving this memory outside the cloud, held in our hands. This is the last in a dog night. Everything is pure, a cure for the constant noise that we couldn't The mountain ridge is sharp, the wind is tearing through, looking down at everything I promised I would do. The history is heavy, weighing down my feet, every single failure that I struggled to defeat. But the air up here is thin, and the doubt starts to fade, because the greatest battles are the ones we haven't played. I'm closing all the chapters, sealing every page, stepping past the fences of this self-imposed cage. The edge is calling out my name, and I won't turn away. This is the single moment where I finally have to pray. Take the This beautiful defiance is the mark of who I am. They told me that the safe route was the only way to climb, measured every risk against the passing of the time. But fear is just a whisper when the passion starts to roar, a useless kind of warning that I won't listen to anymore. I'm shedding all the caution, the layers of regret. This is the only promise that I haven't broken yet. The fall is just momentum, the drop is just the start, the moment when the universe finally knows your heart. Let the wind carry the worries, let the past fall behind. Take the last great leap, don't look down at the floor. We're breaking all the limits of what we were waiting for. clock on the wall says midnight. The city lights are low, but the time inside my memory is moving far too slow. I keep rewinding seconds just to catch your face again, trying to pinpoint the moment where the story should have been. There's a gap in the timeline, a space where we should meet, a phantom echo of your laughter walking down the street. I check the daylight saving. Did we skip a crucial day? Was there a window open where the future flew away? I'm searching every corner for a piece of misplaced time, a single 60 minutes where everything felt like mine. Where is the missing hour? Where did our connection go? Was it lost in the static, or did we just let it go? I'm running backward on the sand, erasing every step, trying to find the promise that we failed to keep or kept. Tell me how to fix the broken circuit in the plan, or am I stuck forever trying to find the missing man? I see a jacket hanging in the closet, clean and neat, a monument to moments I can never quite complete. I talk to the photographs, asking them to lie, to tell me that this feeling is just temporary passing by. But the truth is in the emptiness, the silence of the room, trapped in the perpetual twilight of this inevitable doom. I don't wanna rewind, I just want the tape to mend, to close the broken circle and let the story have an end. Just give me that 1 hour, and I swear I'll hold it tight. I'll trade 100 tomorrows for one perfect yesterday night. Where's the missing hour? Where did our connection go? Was it lost in the static, or did we just let it go? I was built for motion, designed to fly too high, but every forward step was tempered by a quiet sigh. I carried the dead weight of a future I denied, 1,000 things I promised, stuck right here inside. It wasn't made of metal or concrete or of stone, it was just a tiny paperweight keeping me alone. The surface tension broke, I watched the ink begin to bleed, realizing that comfort was a complicated need. I'm letting go of history, shedding the heavy past, knowing that the small things are the ones that truly last. You were the paperweight anchor, holding me to shore, afraid to let me drift to something I deserve to more. I'm cutting the string now, watching it finally spin, embracing the potential of the place I'm moving in. It wasn't hate that held me, it was a gentle, fearful love. But the only way to soar is to push off from above. thought stability meant standing still in one place, but stillness is a trap, devoid of time and space. I'm choosing the uncertainty, the wobbling of the line, a trajectory that's messy, but finally truly mine. The paper is released now, the desk is clean and bare, the weight is lifted, dissolving in the air. It's a quiet kind of victory, not a crash or a storm, just the gentle realization that I need to be reborn. The smallest habits are the hardest ones to break. You were the paperweight anchor, holding me to shore, afraid to let me drift to something I deserve window glass is fogged, but I can see the lights spinning faster than the speed of all my silent nights. I'm standing in the static of a city I don't know, waiting for a signal to tell me where to go. Every voice is muffled, every touch is just a blur, just a tiny orbiting piece of what we used to refer. I sent a message out across the atmosphere, hoping the connection's strong enough to find you here. I'm burning up the distance, running out of fuel. Tell me that the circuit that we built is still reliable, still cool. Yeah, I'm a satellite heart spinning way up high, lost in the deep blue of a digital sky. I keep circling back to the coordinates you gave, searching for the one good feeling that you saved. Am I getting through the noise? Do you still hear my sound? Or am I just drifting, never to be found? They say the greatest distance is the one inside your head, the silence that you carry when the final words are said. I map out all the craters where my confidence fell short, but the gravity of hope is my final last resort. I check the sensors daily, searching for a trace of the warmth I felt when I was grounded in your space. If I crash and burn tonight, let the signal be the proof that every mile of yearning was for you. Underneath this roof, just one blink of light, one moment to transmit. Yeah, I'm a satellite heart spinning way up high, lost in the deep blue of a digital packed up every theory that the old road used to hold. Every page I promised, every story I was told. They said the safe bet was to follow the dotted line, but every comfort zone just felt like being confined. Now I'm standing where the pavement finally disappears, washing off the residue of 7 lonely years. There's a tremor in the silence, a rhythm I can trust, the kind of wild direction that was hidden under dust. I don't need a map or a navigation sign. This is the only moment where the future feels truly mine. I'm hitting the gas on this unwritten coastline, where the waves break loud and the horizon's mine. No compass, no control, just the engine and the sound, leaving every blueprint scattered on the ground. I'm burning the instruction book and driving towards the light, chasing down the feeling that makes everything feel right. The shadows I inherited were heavy and they clung. Every whispered should was just a chorus poorly sung. Now the wind is ripping through the fabric of the old disguise, and I'm finally seeing my own future through my eyes. This reckless kind of freedom is the currency I choose. Nothing left to win, nothing left to lose. And when I look back, I know I won't regret the miles I drove to be the person I haven't met yet. It's an